It's also just the how the American people, men, women, back in the States, rallied around each other for one common cause. There wasn't really any, not really much against it. It was like this is right. This is what needs to happen to make this world a better place. And I think that it did, and it made America a better place. Just to have that kind of nationalistic feel, just everyone, the women in the factories, just doing whatever they could for the war effort. We wars, obviously, you wish they don't happen, and in our society, and what we're seeing now, so often it seems like wars are fought for different reasons, and a lot of times they don't seem like they're right. Whereas nobody ever seems to agree on anything anymore. But it seemed like with World War II, pretty much everyone could agree that this is what needs to be done. And so it just feel like it must have been nice to live in a society back then where just about everybody was on the same page. Now in America, where everything is basically cut down the middle.
Yeah.
I just wonder what it must have been like for so many people to be on the same page.
I think we got a taste of it right after 9/11.
Yeah, we did.
Before we went into Iraq and Afghanistan.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just like, wow.
I mean, it was sad what happened.
Yes.
I personally lost friends,
Yeah.
but yeah, I moved out to Southern Cal like 2 weeks before, and I remember on one of the overpasses, a guy was holding an American flag,
Yeah.
and people were honking, and I went back to New York a couple of weeks later, or a month later, and people were more friendly. And
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny how tragedy can bring out the best and bring out the worst in people. But it certainly seemed like it brought out the best in Americans at that time.
I want to show you 3 books from my library I want to lend to you, and you tell me which one you would read first and why. And one's a magazine. These are 2 of my favorite books, and then this I got in Dallas, where JFK was shot and killed. Which one would you read first and why?
I would probably read this one just because it seems like there's so many untold stories. There's so many things that there always has to be more. There's always got to be behind the scenes. I think a lot of times we get a watered down taste of. A lot of times we get an overview of what happened. It'd be nice to get the fine print, like who was thinking what, why did this happen, what were the repercussions of these types of decisions that go on that shape our world. So that would be.
So Lies My Teacher Told Me?
Yeah. Yep.
I think you would like that because you're a parent, and I don't know how old. You one girl and 3 boys?
One girl.
And how old are the boys?
They 7, 5, and 3.
Okay, so your 7-year-old's going to start learning about history.
Mm-hmm.
With this book, this was a New York Times bestseller, Lies My Teacher Told Me. This book looks at several different textbooks.
Yeah.
And kind of looks at the lies in them.
Uh-huh.
So, you as a parent, me hopefully as a parent someday, would want to say, hey, look, you also want to look at this, besides what your textbook shows.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. It is. I mean, this is always something that's interested me, but it's we've all read or watched or seen so many things about the.
This is written by somebody who was there.
Yeah.
And took photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
try to find the DVD for you.
Is
DVD too. Find it.
I just wonder if this was anything that was on. They're doing a fire drill out here. So
Go to the DMZ.
no,
Oh,
Nope.
You need to get up there.
Yeah.
Your next month and do the NCO. No, what is it? That organization that supports the troops and all that. There's like 2 tours, NTO or NSO.
okay,
Whatever it is.
huh?
Yeah.
All right, 'cause-
Because you guys have off on Monday.
yeah, it's always like I'm off today. I mean, like going someplace just does not sound like fun. But it's for somebody like me, it should be a situation I would want to do.
I mean, I assume you'll be on the All-Star team, or maybe you have a good chance. But are you giving a break then?
Yeah, well, the All-Star break this year is 5 days.
5 days.
But I'm sure we'll have a couple workouts involved there. But that would definitely be a good time to do it. Definitely.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to touch on. You mentioned about the fans and how kind of generous and thoughtful they are, giving you presents, and you didn't have that in MLB.
Yeah.
Can you again talk about that and tell us about some of the presents you've gotten recently? Some really interesting ones.
Well, when I got here this year, the fan club basically had made me a gold glove. Because I didn't get the gold glove this past year, and it was like this controversy or whatever, and so they made me a gold glove and put it in a glass box, and really nice, really well done, and these T-shirts that had like caricatures of me and my whole family, like in next end stuff. It was really cool, and also, like literally a hand cart, I don't know, 2-3 feet tall, full of stuff, like snacks and drinks and whatever. I mean, just tons of stuff. They went to Costco and just got a bunch of things. So that was like the first thing that I got when I got here, and then I've received,
met these people.
yeah,
Personally hand them to
and I got a picture book that really well done, that had just quote after quote after quote from fans saying, voicing their appreciation for me and all this kind of stuff. Just really clever, really thoughtful things from fans that you probably really wouldn't see so much in the States. I mean, a lot of times your fans in the States they want to get an autograph, or they want to get a picture or whatever, but the fans here really give back. They give back. Like, hey, you've done something for me. You've entertained me. You've done this certain way. We want to give back something to you, which
nice.
is really cool.
I wonder if it was like that 40, 50 years ago in the States.
Maybe.
When it was more personable.
Right. Yeah. It very well could have been, but it's a nice gesture. Obviously, it's not needed at all, because they're always so supportive anyway. As far as cheering, they don't boo. They don't do things like that. There's always that support, but to have something in your hand, it's kind of an extra, and it's something nice to show your family and that type of thing.
Cool. Anything else you want to say?
I'm hot. I need to talk to my wife.
Okay.
No, I'm just happy to be here as usual. I don't know. It's been my whole career has been interesting. The whole journeyman thing, just going back and forth, not knowing.
Super journey.
Yeah, not knowing if one day is going to be my last doing this type of thing, and to come here and finally really feel like I'm home, or that I'm really truly comfortable.
This is the longest tenure you've had with the team. Were you with the Yanks for 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, if you
Up-
want to,
up and down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so I was. If you want to say I was in Columbus for 3 years, that was. But I was up and down
That's a
between.
revolving door.
Yeah. So, but actually, one place at one time for this is the longest.
So did you ever think, when you started your baseball career, that you would call Korea the home of all homes in baseball?
No. I don't even think when I first started playing baseball that I knew that Korea had a league. So, and actually to look at pictures, like when I first started playing. So that was 1995. I've seen pictures of games that were played in '95 in Korea.
Dirt field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't, probably a reason why I didn't know that there was a.
The league's come a long
Oh
way.
hell yeah, without a doubt.
From those first fields.
Yes. Just from the fields, the uniforms to the play on the field is different. I mean, when you watch games from 30 years ago, I mean, it's only 30 years. It looks like you're watching a game from the States from 1920.
Yeah.
It is just, what is going on here? So it's pretty interesting. It's impressive how I guess it's in a way it's kind of mirrored the country, how far they've come in the 30 years. I mean, this 30 years ago, this is literally a third world country, and it's look at it now. I mean, it is these cities are bustling metropolises with just huge buildings and all these tech companies, and just it's really impressive how far they've come so fast. So
Cool. Thanks
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, my pleasure.
Yep.
When you said say something, or can you say something? It just there's a part in Pulp Fiction where when you ever seen Pulp Fiction?
I saw it once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when she ODs and they put the needle in her chest and she wakes up and they're like, say something, something.